this is Lisa from Life in Layouts, and today I have follow a sketch February for February 13th. This is going up super late, and I'll talk about that in just a second. So this is the sketch for today. It isn't actually an 8.5 by 11 page map sketch. I'm going to make it into a double page layout. So I decided to bring out all of my scraps from my Hippity Hoppity collection from Doodlebug, and I recently got this oval shape die that has like a scallop border around it, and I thought it looked like Easter eggs. I decided to use that instead of the circles, and I'm going to turn the sketch on its side. So I'm going to have 2 rows of these ovals slash Easter eggs going across the layout. And I thought I would start out with 1, but then I had extras, and of course I was like, oh, the sketch actually does call for 2 rows of the circles. And of course, then I don't have enough. I think my favorite paper is the one that has the stripes on it. It's on the right hand side with the at the top. It really does look like a decorated Easter egg, and I love the way that that one came out. So I went ahead and pulled out my die cut machine again and cut out some more ovals so that I would have enough. And I probably didn't need to do that because some of them I'm going to take away. Since they're going to be covered up with pictures, I decided didn't need to have them under there. I was on a cruise for 5 days, got back from my cruise on last Wednesday, and today's Sunday, and I was like, oh, I will see which follow the sketch I need for next, and I thought Sunday will be plenty of time to get it up, so I went ahead and did Sundays. And then, of course, the rest of my life got in the way of, just getting back into work, having so much to do from my vacation, and then also unpacking and getting the house clean, just all stuff that happens when you come back from vacation. So here I am on Sunday at 5 o'clock doing the voiceover, and I'm going to upload it right after. I want to get this done as soon as possible because I am definitely going to be watching the Super Bowl this year. Not for the game, but for the halftime show and the commercials. That's going to be fun. All right, so back to the sketch or the layout. I decided that since the sketch called for kind of a background piece, that I would pull out this paper that has a plaid piece on it. It does not come with a collection. I think it's actually a reflections piece, so that would be from Michaels. And I did go ahead and gut it since I was going to be cutting most of it. And I cut down my white paper to 11 by 11.5. So I have a 1/2 inch around all 3 sides, and then they meet in the middle. Since they were meeting in the middle, I went ahead and just cut out the center so that I could save as much of that plaid paper as possible. I did decide to put this pink plaid in the center, or I guess that's a gingham, and I was going to cut that in half, and that way it gave the ability to kind of pull the layouts together. And then I decided I needed to have equal space from the top and bottom. So what I did was I did 3 inches from the bottom of the bottom egg to the bottom of the layout. So there's 3 inches from the bottom of the egg to the bottom of the layout, and then 3 inches from the top of the top layer egg to the top of the layout. And I just drew a little pencil line there and used that as my guide to get these eggs or oval shapes down. If you're looking at the way that it's set up, yeah, it doesn't turn out that way. I make a lot of changes and change it up quite a bit. I was really trying to make sure that I had just not colors touching. So, making sure that the pinks and the purples and all of the colors there were, a little spread out. I have these 3 photos that I'm going to put on the layout. On the right hand side, I'm going to add these 2 photos. This was from a couple years ago. I actually didn't put the date on it, so I need to pull out my Google Drive and figure out what date it is. This is when I was with Kevin, so these are Kevin's boys, and then the photo is on the right hand side is with Kevin and I and the boys, and then the boys' mom and her boyfriend. And then on the left hand side I have a 5 by 7 that's going to be of just the boys. I did go ahead and cut down the photos. They were 4 by 6. I went ahead and cut them down to 3.5 by 5, and I missed that size. How many of you guys remember that size? This would have been back like when I was in high school, so 20 years ago. They used to come in a 3.5 by 5, and I really like that kind of smaller size. I wanted to make sure I could see as many Easter eggs as possible. I did use this bold striped paper in the center of the layout, just like the sketch calls for. I went ahead and made it across both sides of the layout. Now, if you are not following Scrapping Reflections Facebook group, I will link it below. You absolutely have to follow them. There has been so many beautiful layouts for this month for Follow the Sketch February. It is just an amazing Facebook group, lots of inspiration, lots of different ideas in regards to all of these different sketches. Some people follow it exactly like the sketch. Some people use it as a jumping off point and goes completely in a different way. Make sure you check it out because it is definitely worth all the inspiration. Now, I really need to get myself like a corner rounder punch. I know that Martha Stewart makes some of them. I just need to find a set that I really like. I think that I've looked and I just haven't found one. So again, I'm trying to make this like circle rounded area, and I think I do okay. It takes me a lot, and I left it all in here so that you guys could see that sometimes it's a struggle. So I do end up lining it up, and I actually get a nice little corner there. And then I go ahead and just go straight down the edge on both sides. Because it was so difficult, I was like, I'm only going to do it on 2 sides because I am not lining this thing up 2 more times. So you'll see here that this is where I stop. I go ahead and pull out my paper trimmer and just trim it down just a little bit. I do wish that I had went out a little bit further because I do end up covering the edge of it with another Easter bunny in a basket. So I could have made it work. I wish I would have had more space in there, but it looks good and it turned out, okay. So I've gotten that down, trying to figure out these eggs again because I don't want to cover them up. There's no reason for them to be there. So I want to make sure that when I do have them down, it will be showing, the Easter eggs will be showing. I did decide to go ahead and cut down the photo a little bit. It was a 5x7. I think I cut it down to like a 4.5 by 6.5. And I am going to put it up on Fun Foam to give it a little bit of dimension over on the left. So the left-hand side of the layout is really more following the sketch because there's only one photo. Of course, my photo is a lot larger than what the sketch called for. Again, the sketch was an 8.5 by 11 sketch. And so I felt like I was able to get, more space with the photos and things like that. I decided that I wanted to have the Easter Bunny egg right next to that blue paper and have the yellow one tuck under it. And then I decided to go ahead and add these carrots all the way at the end, even though the layout doesn't call for it to go off the edge. I was okay with that because I felt like there was just way too much white space over there. I didn't do a good job with spacing them out. I used my big scissors to just trim them down a little bit, and then I'm going to start working on the embellishments. I still have a ton of embellishments. I need to find a layout that calls for a ton of embellishments because 1, they're super cute and I want to use them all, and 2, I just want to use this collection up because everything in this collection I love. I went ahead and used a sticker that said Easter's on its way, and that's going to be my title. And I added that right to next to the photo like it calls for on the sketch. And then I went ahead and added additional Fun Foam to the back because I messed that up a little bit in regards to going all the way to the edge. I have this stencil that just has a bunch of dots on it. It's by Tim Holtz and it's called Dot Fade. If I can find it, I will definitely link it below. I just used that with my speckled egg, which is the color that I've been using a lot from Tim Holtz. It's one of his newer colors, to add some just dots around. I felt like the white in the layout was really overwhelming, so just adding a few of those dots I think really helped. Over on the right, I added a little tag that says your extra, with egg like the Easter egg, special. So you're extra special. And then over on the left, I'm going to add that buddy that I was telling you about. I added too much Fun Foam, so I had to cut up some of that off because it was layering over the photo, which had the Fun Foam on it. And then I'm going to add some clusters with some flowers up there at the top, and then down at the bottom as well. I had this one flower that I had cut in half to use on another layout. So I went ahead and added that, and then just added a couple more flowers from the icon stickers. And I was just trying to make sure that the colors didn't go next to each other. So I had like an orange flower that I put down, and I decided to take that up. And then I was like, well, I might as well use up some of these stickers. So each one of the Easter eggs that doesn't have a design on it will get a sticker. So starting from the far right-hand side with that blue polka dot, I haven't put them on there yet. I have a little hedgehog that has a Easter egg. Then I have a bunny with a couple of chicks, a road sign that has like bunny crossing, an Easter basket, a bunny riding a scooter, And then coming down, I have a brown bunny with the carrot. And then over on the left, I only end up putting one bunny over there. And it's actually the same bunny, just smaller, the bunny with the chicks as well. And then since I had a bunch of tiny little pieces, I went ahead and added little tiny pieces between the ovals. So I have some flowers, some eggs, a bee, carrots, a bag of carrots, a little chick and an egg, just all kinds of like little pieces that were on the cardstock stickers. So I have the mini icons as well as the larger icons, so I was kind of using both of those. All right, so here is my final layout as well as some close-ups. Definitely go check out Scrapping Reflections, amazing Facebook group, as well as I will link the channel below so that you can go and check out Sandy's channel, the creator of Follow a Sketch February, and you can check out what she did with this sketch as well. All right, everybody, if you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and you want to see more double page layout inspiration, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.